Oh, it's about time you picked up. Turn it on right now. The captain's about to cook. Yes, right now. All right.
Hey, episode number two. We're here. We in this. This is the captain speaking, of course, Milan. And you're now in the kitchen cooking with the captain. Episode 2. Wow. We're getting old already. Episode 2. Today we are going to be cooking one of my favorite meals ever. I can't wait to eat it for you, as a matter of fact. We are making the captain's famous Yellowhammer shrimp and cheesy grits.
How is it famous and I've never heard of it?
I can't wait already. Of
We don't
course,
believe you.
every single week I'm going to be showing you guys how to make some of my favorite dishes. This week, I am 1,000% sure that you're going to like this. All right?
How are you
so break down
whatever,
what we got
bro?
here first. All right? Of
Just
course,
cook.
every week, every recipe that I make is always going to have this, booyah, that Yellowhammer sauce. All right? A Yellowhammer sauce goes with anything, and I'm telling you, I'm showing you each and every week of that. And as you can see, we got a cool new bottle. So when you make those orders, like some of you have already started to do, you're gonna get your shipment in this brand new bottle, okay? So be on the lookout for that. Also, we are going to have grits, of course. Gotta have shrimp grits, gotta have grits. Gotta have shrimp, all right? And you can cook that 2 ways. Some keep the shell on. I'm gonna take the shell off, all right? Gonna have this, our Maple Cheddar cheese. Oh boy, I'm telling you, it's bussin'. Gonna have Sharp Cheddar cheese. Got some garlic. You got a little bit of green onion, jalapeno. Of course, you gotta have that butter. And then we're gonna make it creamy with this cream cheese. I know you see it. So, this week, I can't wait to already get to cooking. I can't wait to already get to eating. And we're going to have a special guest, perhaps. Maybe a test taster. All right? So without further ado, let's get to cooking. First, what we're going to do to this shrimp, we're going to make sure, after I already peeled them, I'm going to let it kind of marinate a little bit in our Yellowhammer sauce. This week we're using spicy. All right, so I decided I want to get a little kick to it. All right, so we're going to use spicy this week. So, in addition, I'm going to throw a little bit garlic salt. Sprinkle until my ancestors.
That is enough, my son.
Gotcha. All right. A little black pepper. Okay.
My son.
You gotta make sure. Yeah.
Please stop.
All right. Got it. Time. I like time. Once again, I got the time.
Bro, the joke wasn't even funny last week.
There we go. All right, little Tony Chachere's, you know, not too much, but we're gonna give it a little bit. Boom, that's it. And then last but not least, it's one of my secret ingredients that really goes well on things like chicken and seafood. It's called coriander. All right, so we're gonna get a little coriander. We're gonna sprinkle that thing in there, all right? Boom, boom, boom. Maybe a little bit more. Splat out, right there. All right, so I got about a cup of grits in my pot and then 2 cups of water. You wanna make sure you don't have too little of water in your grits or else it's gonna come out super thick and clumpy, all right? So I'm gonna make sure I put some pepper in my water. Pepper, boom. I'm gonna put a little salt. All right, make sure you get some good salt. And then now I'm gonna turn it on. And excuse me, when you do your grits, you want to make sure you put it like medium, okay, or close to medium. It doesn't need to be too high, but you want to make sure that you're stirring intermittently, but also you don't want to burn those grits, all right? And while we're doing these grits, we're going to come over here and we're going to cook our shrimp as well. This segment is brought to you by Ninja. I probably didn't really need to do that, but just gotta find an excuse to use Ninja. It's wonderful. Hold on, a little bit. Now we're good. We got garlic, the green onion. I was gonna put the jalapeno in there, but I'm gonna do a little something different with that and you'll see. Okay, so the first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna put a little bit of butter in our pan. I'll say probably like a tablespoon of butter in your pan. And then we're going to add our mix of garlic and green onion. We're gonna kind of saute that for a little bit first so that we can get a little aromatics going on, you know, a little aromatic action happening. And while that is going on, it should happen for about, I'll say about 2.5 minutes, okay? And then once we do that, we're gonna add in our shrimp. So we're looking pretty good so far. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna take about 2 teaspoons of our sauce in here. Put it in our pan. Get a little bit up. And then I'm going to take a cup of our shrimp. All right, so the key with shrimp is you want to make sure, and I put about 1.5 cups in right here. You want to make sure you don't overcook because then it'll get too tough. But you don't want to undercook. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cover this up and let some of that heat trap inside. And I'll probably leave it in for about 1.5 minutes and then check on. And at the same time, we got, and of course you got to add some butter to those grits. I got that on the stove right now too. So after about 1.5 minutes extra, this is our result, as you can see. As many of you know, sometimes you gotta add a little bit of extra water in those grits to make sure that they're not too dry or thick, all right? So when that happens, which I just did, you wanna make sure you add enough to where you kind of coat that whole top layer and then a little bit more. Okay, so I add it, and then you just continue to stir. You want to make sure that they don't stick too much. All right, but now as we wait on those, the rest of our shrimp are done. Boom. So what I did was I made sure that I used the rest of what we had, and I put that in our pan. I dumped it all in the pan, and what you want to do is get a strain. Something basically that you can let this sauce stay in the pan. All right, so once we get to about this consistency of our grits, we're gonna start adding our cheese, okay? So I already put about 2 ounces of cream cheese in here. I'm just gonna let that go, you know what I mean? And then I'm gonna add in our maple cheddar. Boom. I'm gonna add in our sharp cheddar. Boom, boom. Oh, spill over. Around these parts, we like our grits cheesy. You can lighten up the load if you want to, but I just know how it's gonna turn out. You want to have some cheese. You want to have that cheese in there. All right, and we're gonna let that melt in there. And once it is all melted, you'll be done. Okay, so last step, with our excess sauce that we had, that we cooked our shrimp in, we're going to heat it up just a little bit more. All right, so it gets a little bit watery, and we're gonna add in our jalapenos. All right, and what you can do is just toss them right in there. All right, oh man overboard, boom. Now I take the seeds out for the most part. I mean, I have a few seeds in there, but I take the seeds out because I don't want it to be too spicy. But what this is gonna do is gonna give us a little bit extra flavor. All right, so for that last step, we're gonna add a little bit of butter in our pan. It's gonna mesh in with our sauce. And once it melts and we have all of this juicy goodness, you'll see what is to follow. All right, so now our grits seem to be done. How do I know they're done? Look at this. Oh yeah, that's how you want it. That's how you want it right there, I'm telling you. Let's just go for it, all right? All right, so I have my professional taste tester here.
So what are her credentials?
You want to show what you got, what you're gonna be eating? All right, so we're gonna see this moment of truth, what you actually think about your Captain Shrimp and Grits.
Let's see.
Huh?
It don't even need no sugar.
Grits should never have sugar.
Yes,
but
it should. But in this case,
okay.
it's sufficient.
All right, well, there you have it. Sounds like another satisfied customer. Hopefully you will be the same. Make sure that you order your bottles of Yellowhammer sauce. Boom. Yeah, you're gonna have a good time. All right, I'm glad you enjoyed. All right, so I'm hungry. I gotta eat some myself, so peace.